She left alone, chasing something no one could see, maybe peace, maybe freedom, maybe just silence. She carried maps, protein bars, and a waterproof journal. She never came back. For 11 long months, her name was carved into the whispers of Grand Teton National Park. Her family waited. Her friends left messages. Search teams walked in circles, until one morning, a park ranger spotted a glint high in a golden eagle's nest. And what he found would unravel everything they thought they knew. Before we dive into one of the strangest disappearances in the American wilderness, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because this story, you won't want to miss a second. Vanishing point. Amy Turner was 24 years old, a solo hiker, quiet, disciplined, in love with nature and solitude. Born in Oregon, raised in a Navy family, Amy had grown up around discipline, structure, and silence. She was never loud, never late, always prepared. She moved to Jackson Hole in 2022 after quitting a successful job in graphic design. Her friends thought it was a midlife crisis 2 decades too early. She called it getting back to what feels real. By the summer of 2023, Amy had logged more than 500 solo trail miles in the Tetons. Rangers knew her name. So did other hikers. She had a reputation not for speed, but for self-sufficiency, for calm. August 3rd, 2023. Amy parked her silver Subaru at the String Lake trailhead just after 6:30 a.m. Her plan, written in a notebook she kept under the driver's seat, was simple. 4-day loop. String, paintbrush, Cascade, Camp 2X, solo. Will check in by Garmin every night. The first night she pinged her mother at 7:12 p.m. The second night, silence. When her mother didn't receive a message by 9:30 p.m., she waited an hour. Then another. Finally, she contacted the park office. By morning, search and rescue was activated. By noon, they found her car untouched, her gear mostly still at her first campsite, her boots missing, and her footprints. They led toward a ridge, then stopped. No blood, no fall, no evidence of a struggle. Just one of the most experienced hikers in the region vanished. Part 2. The Empty Tent Rangers reached Amy Turner's first campsite by noon on August 5th, barely 36 hours after her last confirmed location. It was perched just off the Paintbrush Canyon Trail, tucked between granite boulders and tree cover. The site looked still. Too still. The tent was upright stakes firm, rainfly secured. Inside were her sleeping bag, cooking gear, a half-finished dinner of dehydrated lentils, and her journal open as if she'd just stepped out for a moment. But Amy had been gone for at least 2 nights. Her boots were missing. So was her day pack. What wasn't missing? Her bear spray, her GPS unit, her camp stove. It didn't make sense. A trail that stopped rangers tracked footprints heading west away from the trail toward a narrow ledge that overlooked Cascade Canyon. Then, nothing. The prints vanished on rock. No drag marks, no slide, no break in the brush. One searcher later said, "It was like she walked into the air." Aerial scans showed no crevasse, no drop-off, no nearby cliff face she could have fallen from without a trace. The team broadened the search. Dogs were brought in. Helicopters swept the area. Climbers rappelled into side canyons. But Amy had left no further trail, and yet 300 yards from her camp, rangers found something strange. A bundle of flowers, wild white columbines, fresh, arranged carefully on a flat stone. Next to them, a single silver earring. Amy's. Part 3. 11 months of silence. As summer turned to fall, the official search for Amy Turner was scaled back. Dozens of volunteers had scoured more than 40 square miles of rugged terrain on foot, by air, and even using thermal drones. But no sign, no remains, no answers. By November 2023, Grand Teton was covered in snow. Amy's case went cold-filed as an unresolved wilderness disappearance. Theories and whispers online forums exploded with speculation. Some said she ran away on purpose. Others were sure it was foul play. A few insisted she had fallen into a hidden crevasse or been attacked by a bear, despite no signs of struggle or blood at camp. But there were holes in every theory. Why would she leave behind her GPS? Why arrange flowers and leave jewelry behind? Why did her journal abruptly end mid-sentence? Even more chilling, when the spring melt came, no gear surfaced. Not a scarf, Not a bag, not even a boot. And Amy was known for keeping everything tethered. Her mother refused to accept that her daughter was just gone. She kept Amy's room exactly as it had been, right down to the hiking books stacked by her bedside. She didn't vanish, she said. She was taken, or she went somewhere. No one else could follow. Part 4. The Eagle's Nest. June 2024. Ranger Clay Morano was conducting a wildlife survey in the Cathedral Group, tracking golden eagle nesting patterns above Lake Solitude. It was a standard morning binoculars trail notes, slow climbs across sun-drenched stone, until he saw it. Perched in a towering pine 200 feet above the canyon floor was a massive golden eagle nest, but wedged into the twigs and bone-white branches. Something caught the light. Red fabric, synthetic, tightly wound. Morano radioed for assistance. Hours later, a climbing crew scaled the pine. What they pulled from the nest defied explanation. A torn red fleece jacket, same brand and size Amy Turner had been wearing. Inside the pocket, a folded photograph of Amy with her mom, water-damaged but intact. A second silver earring matching the one found near her campsite. And a plastic zipper pull stamped with a map symbol. From her day pack. How did it get there? Eagles build their nests with scavenged materials, often grabbing items miles from their roost. But this one was just 0.6 miles from Amy's campsite. A forensic team confirmed the items hadn't weathered a full year outside. The jacket appeared to have been placed just weeks prior, meaning Amy's belongings had been moved. But by who or what, and why now? The mountain had stayed silent for nearly a year. Now it had spoken again. Part 5. The Journal and the Final Clue. 3 days after the discovery in the eagle's nest, a secondary search team scouring the slope below the tree found something buried under a layer of moss and shale, a nylon-wrapped bundle, weather-worn but intact. Inside was a small waterproof journal, Amy's. Her name was written on the inside flap in faded ink. Amy E. Turner, in case I don't make it back. The final entries dated August 5th and 6th were short, fragmented, but devastating. Something feels off. Slept near the stream but woke up way above the ridge. No memory of moving. I hear things. Not animals. Followed a trail that isn't on my map. It keeps going even when it shouldn't. I don't think I'm alone out here. Saw something watching from the trees. Not a bear. Not a person. Left the earring. If anyone finds it, I was still okay then. I think. I buried this in case. I don't know where the trail ends. If you're reading this, tell my mum I love her. I'm not afraid. The journal closed with a single line written shakily. I heard the mountain breathing. The trail ends. Amy's body has still never been found. Her journal, her jacket, her earring, all recovered in places nature shouldn't have been able to place them. Some say she lost her mind in the wild. Others say she found something most of us aren't meant to. But one truth remains. The mountain kept her secrets for nearly a year. Then it started giving them back one by one. Do you think Amy truly got lost? Or did she follow something off the trail that was never meant to be found? Could there be places in nature that don't want to be mapped? Let us know what you believe. But remember, not every story in the wild ends with a reason. Some only leave a presence. If this story gripped you, if it made you pause, then like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because we tell the stories that others forget. And sometimes, it's the forgotten stories that matter most.